Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the third, Jackson Cobb leads it off, and then Connor Bradshaw and Jake McMurray against Vaughn Martyr. No score. Line drive left field. Going back is Costello. He's got a beat on it and makes the catch right in front of the fence for the first out. So hit well by Jackson Cobb, but he is retired on one pitch, and that'll bring up Connor Bradshaw, who struck out in the first. That was before he made the great catch in center field. Bradshaw out of Pepperdine, coming up here for the second time against Vaughn Martyr in the bottom of the third. Right-hander delivers. Bradshaw takes in there for a strike. 0-1 on Connor Bradshaw. Coming in at .371, 4 home runs and 28 driven in. Pass ball, and that is in there for strike 2 with the knees on the outside corner. So Martyr moving it around on Bradshaw to get to the 0-2 count. 1 out here in the third. 0-2 pitch. Bradshaw takes just a little bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Connor. One and 2 pitch. Hit sharply out towards second base. Scooped up out there by Kretschmar over to first for the out. So 2 away here in the third. And it'll be Jake McMurray resetting the defense for San Luis Obispo. Nick Costello's in left. Ryan Cermak in center. Thomas Trinket is over in right. Grotto, Mercado, Kretschmar, and Clarkson on the infield with Shell behind the plate and Vaughn Martyr on the mound. 2 outs, and here's McMurray, who flied to right his first time up. Excellent catch out there, if I recall, by Thomas Trinket, going to his right into right center field. Here's Martyr's pitch to McMurray. It is down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. McMurray no home runs, but he has driven in 17 this summer. First pitch, ball. Second pitch swung on and missed, so it's 1-1. That's a high pitch. He took something off. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup to 1-1, it is inside and low for a ball, 2-1. Drew Cowley on deck. He's got the home run power with 4 of them on the summer. 23 runs batted in. Martyr's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, that fastball, a good one. Maybe his best one so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the third, 2 outs, nobody on, and no score. From McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California, the CCL State Tournament. Fastball just a little bit low. Day 2, game 3. With 2 to follow tomorrow. 1 at 12, the semifinals, and then the finals at 6, with the winner of this game into that final game. 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play by McMurray. 283 for Jake coming into the game tonight. 6'1", 200 out of Oral Roberts. Those are his dimensions from Jake McMurray. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Popped up, right side. Called by the first baseman Clarkson. TJ tracks it, and that's the inning. So 3 of 3 down in the third for the Saints. After 3, it's the Blues nothing and the Saints nothing.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted Leap into Luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed designing your first home or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leapintoluxury.
Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. Proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Quick Sticks is the fun way to improve your sports performance. Get more hits, improve your fielding and hitting, and make fewer errors. For fun alone or with a friend, indoors or out, it's Quick Sticks. Over 17 progressive tricks to master. Improve your reaction times, anticipation, and awareness. You will literally flip over your Quick Sticks. Order today at quicksticks.com. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Looking for something fun to do in Placer County? Or maybe something fun for the whole family when the Potters aren't playing? Well, go check out placertourism.com or call 916-773-5400 and find out how Placer County is having fun.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the fourth, nothing going on the scoreboard for either team. Austin Shell, TJ Clarkson, Vince Martinez, the first three hitters, 4, 5, and 6 against John Chomko, who has gone through the first three innings. Just allowed 2 hits, and he struck out, let's see if I can count that high. How about 5? And here's Austin Shell, 310 on the summer, 2 home runs, 22 batted in. He's behind the plate for the Blues. Struck out back in the first inning, so 0 for 1 in this game. Chomko's pitch is hit down the third baseline and foul. That was one of those fastballs that's tailing in, and he turned on it. No place to put that fair for Austin Shell, so he is behind in the count, 0-1. Out of Irvine, California, and Cal State Fullerton. 0-1 pitch on the way. Foul back to the screen, so that makes it 0-2 quickly on Austin Shell with TJ Clarkson to follow. Starting off the top of the fourth with Shell. Chomko comes set. He goes from the stretch at all times. 0-2 on the way. Shell takes in the dirt, so it's 1-2 on Austin. Shell steps out, steps back in, gets everything set. Helmet, gloves, shoes, balls, tees. Give me some of those. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So that's 2 strikeouts of Shell and 6 strikeouts for Chomko in 3 1/3 innings. Here's TJ Clarkson out of the University of Utah. 300 hitter on the summer, 4 home runs and 21 driven in, but a strikeout victim nonetheless in the first inning. He and Shell struck out with runners at first and third for the Blues, and the closest thing we've seen to a rally yet in this game. It's been dominated by Martyr and Chomko. Pitch to Clarkson is in there for a strike. On the outside corner, maybe took something off that one. 0-1 on TJ, 6'4". Chomko delivers. It is high for a ball, so 1 ball and 1 strike on TJ Clarkson. Vince Martinez, the DH, in the on-deck circle. He will follow. Blues trying to get something going against John Chomko. 1-1 from Chomko. It is poured in there over the top for a strike. 1-2. Clarkson steps out to think about that one, kind of just, ponder it. And he steps back in at a 1-2 count. One-two delivery. Bringing a line drive into right field. It's going to get down and get all the way to the fence. Clarkson rounds first, headed for second. He is going to stop there as it's recovered out there by Josh Cowden. And a one-out double, a ringing double by Clarkson, puts the Blues in scoring position. 3rd hit of the game for the Blues, first for Clarkson. He's at second for Vince Martinez. DJ took the pitch, the 2-strike. He just clubbed that one into right field, right past Cowden, who couldn't close nearly fast enough, all the way to the fence. And here's Vince Martinez. 2 home runs, 18 batted in. As we said, he had 5 runs batted in the win over the Healdsburg Prune Packers last night. or yesterday afternoon for the Blues. Leading off at second now is T.J. Clarkson. Chomko delivers. Martinez swings and hits that one into right field for a base hit. They're going to hold Clarkson at third as Martinez hit a little bit too hard. And now runners at first and third and one out. And that brings up Thomas Trinka. It's a situation that they had in the first inning, first and third with one out. Couldn't get a run across, but here's Thomas Trinka, who flied out to center field on the brilliant catch by Connor Bradshaw back in the second. Best play we've seen probably in this tournament. So Trinka's saying, you kind of owe me one. I've got a runner on third and a runner on first. So Martinez stays hot with a base hit. He is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch on the way to Trinka. He swings and grounds it down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. 1 run will score. Coming around is Martinez, rounding second, going into third. He's going to be held to third. Trinka goes into a vacant second base. It's an RBI double for Trinka, and the Blues lead this one 1-0. So Trinka hits it hard again, and that is the first run of the ball game. Third hit of the inning after the strikeout of Austin Schell, and here comes Austin Kretschmar, who struck out looking back in the second inning, so he is 0 for 1. So Chomko with the 1.37 ERA getting hit hard here in the fourth inning. After the strikeout of Schell, we had a double by Clarkson, a single by Martinez, and that double by Trinka. And here comes Kretschmar with runners at second and third and still just one out. Blues lead this one now 1-0. We're in the top of the fourth. From the stretch, Chomko looks around, delivers to Kretschmar. Austin takes it outside corner for a strike. 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1. Nick Costello on deck. Kretschmar hitting at .256 for the summer. Home run, 6 batted in. Powerfully built second baseman. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. He checked his swing. Did he? I don't know. They're going to ask, and looks like he did check his swing. Again, the unfortunate circumstance of the umpire that he has to ask being in the middle of the field and not down the line, but it is a 1-ball, 1-strike count now to Austin Kretschmar. Chomko is set. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply up the middle into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores easily. Trinka comes around third. It's picked up in center field. The throw is going to go into the infield, and it's a 2-run single. Now it's picked up by the catcher, thrown to first base. Getting back into first base is Kretschmar. He's got himself a 2-run single, and it's a 3-0 lead in favor of the Blues. 4 straight hits for the Blues after the first strikeout, and here's Nick Costello. He struck out back in the second inning, so he is 0 for 1. He is the left fielder, the number 9 hitter. So all of a sudden, it turned on Chomko. He struck out Schell to open the fourth, and then Clarkson, Martinez, Trinka, and now Kretschmar have spanked base hits, 2 doubles and 2 singles, and 3 runs are in. Pitch to Costello, the runner's going, and hit line drive into right center field. Going on over for it is Connor Bradshaw, and he makes the catch and gets the ball back in. Costello almost dropped one in there to right center field, but Bradshaw covering the territory for the second out. Back to first, scurrying back to first is Kretschmar, who had visions of scoring dancing in his head and had to get all the way back to first. Here's Ryan Cermak. Line back to the pitcher and struck out, so he is 0 for 2 today. Up here with a runner at first and 2 outs in the fourth. Chomko delivers. Cermak takes down low, gets through the catcher and back to the backstop, and going down to second base is Kretschmar. And he is now in scoring position. 1-0. Cermak waits for the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Popped up, right side, out of play. 1-1. Ryan out of Illinois State and Riverside, Illinois. I wonder if that's by Sugar Grove, Illinois, where the great Jay Stanky hails from. I don't know. Offhand, I don't know. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chomko looks in, gets the sign from Peyton Lewis behind the plate. He deals to Cermak, 1-1. Nice looking breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2 on Cermak. 0-2, 0-4-2 for Ryan today. 336, 6 home runs, 35 coming in. A strikeout, then 4 straight hits, then a flyout. That's the inning so far. 2-2 as that one sails high from Chomko. Looks like there is activity down in the bullpen for the Saints. We'll check that out as soon as possible, find out who that is. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Sharp down to third base, picked off by Cowley. He's going to get it across the diamond for the out. 4 runs on, 4 hits, and 1 left at the end of 3.5. It's the Blues 3 and the Saints nothing.
Looking for something fun to do in Placer County? Or maybe something fun for the whole family when the Potters aren't playing? Well, go check out placertourism.com or call 916-773-5400 and find out how Placer County is having fun.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Who's the best in the West? Find out August 7th through 13th when the 2021 West Coast World Series comes to Lincoln. 16 teams from all over the West will be competing for the title West Coast World Series champs. Games will be played right here at historic McBean Stadium and at the Hard Rock Park in Marysville, California. 4-team double elimination pool play that will determine seeding for the single game elimination. For more information or tickets, please call 916-209-3444 or visit LincolnPotters.com. Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. A proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the 4th, it is 3-0, not as erroneously reported by somebody else, me, 4-0. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, and Drew Cowley, Peyton Lewis, and Josh Cowden, the first 3 hitters for the Saints, against Bon Martyr, who throws the first one in there, a strike to Cowley, who walked his first time. Comes in at .358 for the summer. 4 home runs and 23 batted in. Martyr taking his time getting his sign from Austin Shell behind the plate. Here it is. Outside for a ball. Just missed that corner. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Drew Cowley. Winner of this game goes straight to the 6 o'clock title game tomorrow. That one is inside for a ball. Loser has to play Healdsburg at noon. Prune Packers walked off Corneo Oaks 8-7 in the game before this. Corneo beat Lincoln in the morning game 5-2. That was in 10 innings. There's a line drive into right center field coming on the horse is Cermak. He's not going to get it. Going around first, heading for second is Cowley. He is going to hold on there. He had the look of a guy who was going for 3, but he decided to call it at 2. So Cowley with the double to start off the 4th inning. So the Saints aren't going quietly here as they gave up 3 in the top of the inning. They lead off the bottom with their second hit of the game, a double by Drew Cowley, and here's Peyton Lewis. Lewis flied to right in the first inning for his only appearance. He is 0-for-1, 217, 1 home run, 23 RBI. Lewis out of Texas State waits for the first pitch from Martyr. Curveball is inside for a ball, 1-0. Lewis steps out, looking every inch of the 6'3". Steps back in against Martyr. Bottom of the 4th, 3-0 in favor of the Blues. But Cowley out at second base with nobody out, a 1-0 count on Peyton Lewis. Fastball in the strike inside corner at the knees for Peyton Lewis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Cowden on deck, the right fielder. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the set by Martyr. Looks back at Cowley. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit off the fist to second base, picked up by Kretschmar. He will look at the runner and throw it to first for the out. Moving on to third is Cowley, and Lewis is out 4-3. So he moves the runner along, and here's Josh Cowden, who flied to center his first time up back in the second inning. From Brigham Young University, standing at 6'2", Cowden hitting .286 for the summer, 3 home runs and 19 batted in for Josh. Hit the ball well to center his last time. That would be a sacrifice fly. This time, if he can do it again, that first pitch is in there for a strike inside corner at the knees. 0-1 on Cowden. Thomas Castillo on deck, the left fielder. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The Blues lead this one 3-0. Drew Cowley of the Saints down at third base. He doubled and advanced on a ground out. Here's the 0-1. Took something off that one and get in the same spot. 0-2 on Josh Cowden. To Cowden. Von Marder, the right-hander, on the mound out of UC Berkeley. And the count 0-2. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Fastball was considerably outside. Marder at 6 foot, 185 out of San Rafael, California. Moved all the way over to Berkeley for some college. Probably play a little baseball too, I would imagine. Makes sense. 1-2. Cowden waiting. 1 out here in the fourth. That's in the dirt. Nice smother by Austin Shell. Might have saved a run right there for his pitcher. And it is 2-2 on Josh Cowden. Left-handed hitting. Right fielder steps out, steps back in, ready to go. Got that bat behind the left ear. Waving it around. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So Marder comes up with the big strikeout there. 2 outs, but still over at third is Cowley. And here's Thomas Castillo, who grounded out to short his first time up. Tommy out of Long Beach State, 5'9", 170, wearing number 4, hitting from the right side against right-hander Von Marder. Just the second strikeout for Von Marder. Through 3 2/3. Pitch to Castillo is high for a ball. Jag Burden on deck. 1-0 to Thomas Castillo. He's got Cowley down at third and 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Throwing the fastball, but not very precise with it. He is falling behind. 2 balls and no strikes to Thomas Castillo. Two-0 pitch gets in there for a strike. Dropped that one right in there. May not have been what Castillo was looking for. He may have the take sign or whatever, but it is 2-1 on Thomas Castillo. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's Marder's 2-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and he is evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the fourth. 3 runs for the Blues here in the top of the fourth. Cowley led off the bottom of the fourth with a double. Moved to third on a ground out and was struck there when Josh Cowden struck out. And 2-2 to Thomas Castillo. Thomas hitting .389. Fastball's high. Just his 11th game, but still .389 is .389, so he can hit the ball. He has a 3-2 count now. If he gets on, then Jag Burton, who singled his first time up, would be back up again. Marder for the 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on and fouled out of play. Castillo stays alive at 3-2, and Marder's got a deal again. Bottom of the fourth. Castillo steps in. 3-2 from Marder. Line drive from right field. Base hit down the first base line. Castillo rounds first. He's headed out to second. He may try to go for 3 as they dig it out of the corner. The relay comes in. Castillo, the throw over there. He slides in safely with a triple and an RBI and makes this 3-1 all of a sudden in favor of the Blues. Castillo hits it in the perfect spot down the first base line and grabs the RBI and makes it 3-1 and keeps the Saints in touch with the San Luis Obispo Blues. And here's Jag Burden, who singled back in the second, so he is 1 for 1. 252 for Jag Burden. Martyr looks over at third at Castillo. The pitch on the way inside for a ball. So a clutch 2-out triple by Thomas Castillo plates the first run of the ball game for the Saints. We're in the bottom of the fourth. It is now 3-1 in favor of San Luis Obispo. And Castillo is down at third, just 90 feet away. That is a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one. Left-handed hitter Burden waits. Here's the 1-1 pitch popped up out of play to our left. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burden steps in, waiting for the 1-2 from Martyr. On looks over at third at Thomas Castillo, whose RBI triple made it 3-1. Popped out of play again by Burden. Brandon Bonning, the shortstop, waits on deck. Brandon's the guy who hit the ball out to center field that Cermak went and made a brilliant catch on. That was back in the second inning. Both center fielders have turned in brilliant catches today, Connor Bradshaw and Ryan Cermak. 1-2. Pitch to Burden. Line drive, second baseman snags it for the third out. So 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left at the end of 4. It's the Saints 1, the Blues 3.
Lincoln Potters Baseball brought to you by Stones Radio Networks, the home for all your Potters games, audio, and extras. Also, the POS Show and the Stones and Toy Show. Check them out today, stonesradionetworks.com.
Quick Sticks is the fun way to improve your sports performance. Get more hits, improve your fielding and hitting, and make fewer errors. For fun alone or with a friend, indoors or out, it's Quick Sticks. Over 17 progressive tricks to master. Improve your reaction times, anticipation, and awareness. You will literally flip over your Quick Sticks. Order today at quicksticks.com. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. Proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leapintoluxury.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the fifth, we have a 3-1 ball game in favor of the San Luis Obispo Blues. Saints and Blues both scoring all their runs in the fourth, 3 for the Blues in the top and 1 for the Saints in the bottom. Ruben Mercado, Mason Grotto, Austin Shell, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for San Luis Obispo. Leading it off here in the fifth against John Chomko. Out there for his 5th inning of work. He's given up the 3 runs on 6 hits. Does have 6 strikeouts. Here's the first pitch on the way. It is outside for a ball. 1-0 on Ruben Mercado. Out of Pleasanton, California, and San Jose State University. Pitch on the way. It is in there for a strike. So that is listed at 0-2. So the first one called a strike on the corner. 0-2 on Mercado with Grotto and Shell to follow. 0-2 pitch from Chomko. Breaking ball is hit high up in the air down the right field line, but it's going to get out of here, I think. Giving chase out there, but no dice for Jake McMurray, who was very diligent and chased it out of play, but could not make a play on it. I think it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, so that first one was a ball. Scoreboard had it put up as a strike, but it's 1-2 now anyway after the foul ball. Chomko delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Starts out the top of the fifth with a strikeout of Mercado, and that'll bring up Mason Grata, who is singled and fly to left. So he is 1 for 2 in this game. Comes in at .358 for the summer. 3 home runs, 42 driven in for the native of Clovis, California, and Fresno State University. Chomko delivers the first pitch to Grotto. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Mason. Austin Shell to follow. We're in the fifth, 1 out. Saints leading this one, Blues leading this one 3-1. Breaking ball on the corner again. 0-2 to Grotto. So 2 good pitches out of John Chomko to get ahead of Mason Grotto, 0-2. Chomko delivers 0-2, fouled back to the screen. 0-2 still. Chomko works out of the stretch at all times. Here's the pitch to Grotto. Breaking ball's lined down the right field line. That is a fair ball. Grotto rounds first. He's headed out towards second. He gets in that corner again, dug out by Josh Cowden, and he gets it in. So that Grotto has to stay at second, but the second hit for Mason Grotto on the night is a double. And he is out at second with 1 out here in the fifth, and Austin Shell coming to the plate. So far, Shell has not solved John Chomko. He struck out in the first and struck out in the fourth, but he does have a .310 batting average coming in and 22 runs batted in for the summer. He comes up here, and now we have I think the umpire might have hurt himself. Jones McCoy, you are the guy who checks this out for me all the time. What do you think?
So as he jumped up from his crouch from behind the plate, as that ball went into the corner, I think he pulled his hamstring.
Oh, man. That is painful.
He came up limp right out of the gate and grabbed it, but kept his eyes up. So got to give him credit. He never took his eyes off the field.
The way he's moving, he ain't umpiring no baseball game.
Yes, he is, unless they're going to go quickly make a change in the back room, and I don't think that's going to happen. They can't make a
change because he'd have to go out in the field, and it would be even harder for him to move out there, but now he's going to have to bend down every play.
So I think he's going to stay in there, and he's going to give it his best shot.
What we need is a medical professional on the line listening to hit us up in the chat room and tell us where he should be. What should he be, the home plate umpire, first or third with a bad hamstring?
Oh, that's good. I thought you were going to say, where do you go? You go to Lincoln Urgent Care.
Oh, gosh. Goodbye, Stones. Austin Shell to the plate. That is the worst. Not at Lincoln Urgent Care, they're great. He's the worst. Pitch to Shell is high for a ball. Well, I tell you that he is man. I think it's like an old man empathy thing, but he is moving kind of slow at the junction. 1-0 to Austin Shell. T.J. Clarkson on deck. Looking back at second is Chomko. Comes to the plate. Hit down to third, but foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we had a guy hit a foul ball into his face today, and now we have, well, actually he was not hurt at all, not just seriously, but he was not hurt at all. But now we have an umpire who leaps out from behind home plate and pulls a hamstring. Well, according to Stones McCoy, that is. 1-1 pitch is on the corner, call strike 2. He still got that signaling hand, though. He can still do that, so that's good. 1-2 on Austin Shell. Mercado struck out. Grotto sliced a double down the right field line, and now Austin Shell is 1-2. That is down in the dirt. Nice play behind the plate by Peyton Lewis to keep the runner from moving up 90 feet, which could be critical in a game like this. Shell now even in the count at 2-2. Grotto leading off of second. Chomko checking him out there. Grotto leading off a little bit more. Chomko comes to the plate. Shell swings and misses at a high fastball and went way outside the strike zone. And his third strikeout of the night. 2 outs, and here's T.J. Clarkson, who struck out in the first but rifled a double to right field back in the fourth and eventually scored the first run for the Blues as they strung together 4 hits for 3 runs in the fourth. Grotto out at second base, and now going to have a little meeting at the mound as here's the manager for the Saints coming out to talk to the pitcher. We'll step aside for just a second. We're in the top of the fifth with 2 outs. It's the Blues 3 and the Saints 1.
Back with your play-by-play is Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Meeting at the mound was called to order and then adjourned, and everybody is off the field that should be. And T.J. Clarkson steps up here with 2 outs and Grotto at second base. With the left-hander at the plate, shortstop Brandon Bonning can stand pretty close behind Grotto at second and keep him close. Here's Chomko's first pitch. T.J. takes on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 on Clarkson. Vince Martinez on deck. First base is open, but I don't know if you want to put somebody there with Vince Martinez. He's been a pretty hot hitter, had a single last time. Here's 0-1. Swing and a foul at the plate. Goes all the way back to the backstop. 0-2. Clarkson steps out. 0-2 against John Chomko. Grotto at second. The 0-2 coming from the right-hander. Swinging a foul back to the screen again. Made that a pretty good 0-2 pitch, and Clarkson had a whale at it. Couldn't quite catch up to it, so it's still 0-2 on TJ out of University of Utah. 6'4", 220 pounds. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a chopper right back to the pitcher, picked up by Chomko. He's going to have to hurry the throw to first, and they got him by a step. A fine play by Chomko to retire Clarkson. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left at the end of 4.5. It is the Blues 3 and the Saints 1.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the fifth, Brandon Bonning, then Jackson Cobb and Connor Bradshaw. 8, 9, and 1 for the Saints as they attempt to cut into the Blues' lead of 3-1. Bonning flied to center his first time. A brilliant catch out there by Ryan Cermak. It was straight over his head. He went all the way back to the fence in center, the deepest part of the ballpark, reached up and made an excellent catch. Bonning at 288 for the summer. Here's the pitch on the way by Martyr. Popped up, right side out of play. 0-1. I really, truly think if we'd have kept track of it, if we had a foul ball tracker, we would be well into the hundreds by now in the fifth inning. Why don't you tell Jordan to do that? That would be a job he can actually do, and it would be valuable for the team. 0-1. Bonning waits. That is a fastball, just misses inside, so it's 1-1. Bonning out of Cal State Northridge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to get on base here in the bottom of the fifth as the Blues lead this one 3-1. That is a fastball, just misses inside. Not a lot of room to miss inside and not hit the batter, according to the umpire. Likes the inside corner of the right-handed hitters, but it is 2-1 on Brandon Bonning. We got activity in the Saints bullpen. That is David Vizcaino. Or Vizcaino. We will say it that way, David Vizcaino. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bonning. Okay, there we go. Jones sometimes gets really carried away with his own importance. He's changing right-handed pitchers to left-handed pitchers, all kinds of stuff. Breaking ball fouled out of play by Bonning, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miner working his 5th inning. He's given up just 3 hits and the 1 run. Not a lot of strikeouts, but not a lot of hits either. He has given up 1 base on balls through the first 4 innings. Bonning waits 2-2, got the bat parallel to the ground, swings and fouls it out of play again. So he is ready to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blues 3, Saints 1, bottom of the 5th. Winner goes to the state championship title game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Winner plays Healdsburg at 12 for a right to go to that game. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, call strike 3 on the inside corner. Told you about that inside corner. So Bonning is out on strikes. He is 0 for 2. Jackson Cobb coming to the plate. He flied out to left his first time. 339, 2 home runs, 22 batted in. So Jackson, as we say, not in a normal number 9 hitter. He is out of Texas Tech at 5'11". He is at second base today for the Saints. And up here with 1 out in the 5th. Swung on and fouled back to the screen on an off-speed pitch, so it's 0-1 on Jackson Cobb. Cobb opens stance from the left side. Waits for Martyr's 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Hit up in the air, out of play to our left. So it's 0-2 on Jackson Cobb quickly as Martyr continues to throw strikes for the San Luis Obispo Blues. 0-2 on Cobb. He digs in. Martyr working quickly. Here's the 0-2. Outside. Fastball tails away from Cobb. Good eye up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jackson. Connor Bradshaw, the top of the order, will follow. 1 out here in the 5th. Martyr looks in, gets the sign from Shell to pitch. Swung on and missed out in front of the plate. Shell guns it down to first base to conclude the out for the second out. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Martyr, 2 outs, and here's Connor Bradshaw, the leadoff hitter. He struck out in the first and then grounded to second in the 3rd, so he is 0 for 2. 371 on the summer for Connor. 4 home runs, 28 batted in. He steps in, as for time, gets it. Now he's ready to go, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Here's Martyr's pitch on the way. It is swung on and missed at the plate. Another one that dove down into the dirt, the same one that got Jackson Cobb. This time he's Connor Bradshaw, and he is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is swung on and missed again in the same spot. So 0-2 quickly on Connor Bradshaw. Out of Pepperdine, 6'3". Up here, 0-2 against Von Martyr. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and grounded out to second again. You're going to have to hurry, pick it up, and gun it over to first for the out. That is Kretschmar doing that over there. 1-2-3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. So we're through 5, and it is the Blues 3 and the Saints 1.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the sixth, new pitcher for the Arroyo Seco Saints. It is Kyle Sonduk out of University of Texas at San Antonio. A right-handed pitcher, 6 foot. And the line on Chomko, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and no walks. And Sonduk will take over, and he'll face Vince Martinez, Thomas Trinka, and Austin Kretschmar, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order. Sonduk making his 9th appearance. He's gone 23 2/3 innings, just giving up 15 hits, 38 strikeouts. He is 1-1 with a save, and he has a 1.52 ERA. So very impressive numbers for Chomko and for Sonduk. Chomko was a 1.37 ERA, and he leaves with his team trailing 3-1. Sonduk throws the last of his warm-up tosses to Peyton Lewis, and it goes down to second base, and here's Vince Martinez. Martinez, 5 runs batted in the second game yesterday for the Blues, and he has 1 for 2 today with a run scored. He had a single back in the big 4th inning for San Luis Obispo. He's the first hitter to face Kyle Sonduk here in the 6th. He's followed by Trinka and Kretschmar. So 1-1 with a save and a 152. Just 16 hits given up in 23 innings. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Check swing by Vince, but it goes around. Off-speed pitch. 23 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 4 runs, just 4 earned runs, just 2 walks, and 38 strikeouts. That's amazing. Here's the 0-1 from Sonduk. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch again. 0-2 on Martinez, who went up there eager to cut, but has been rebuffed in his first 2 efforts. 276 for the summer for Vincent Martinez. 2 home runs, 18 driven in. He's out of Escondido, California. 6'2", and Stanford University. On the corner, no, just missed that outside corner, the sweet spot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Sonduk with 38 strikeouts and 2 walks. 1-1, 1 save, 1.52 ERA. It is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Austin out of La Mesa, California, and also Stanford University. Nick Costello is on deck, 1 out in the 6th, a 4-1 score in favor of the Blues. That is also in there for a strike, 0-2, and I don't think Kretschmar had an idea of where it was or where it was going. He just sat there and watched it go by. 0-2 on Austin. So Trinka, again, without the brilliant catch by Bradshaw, would probably have at least 2 doubles and a home run, maybe 2 home runs. 0-2 pitch. Outside corner, missed it. 1-2 on Kretschmar. Takes a walk after that one to think about it, talk to himself. So Sonduk got the strike out of Martinez, but then Trinka rudely greets him with a home run to left center. Kretschmar swings and fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball rolls back on the field of play, so everybody springs into action. I think Peyton Lewis will probably get to it and flip it out of play. 1-2 on Austin Kretschmar. 1 run in, top of the 6th, 1 out. It is 4-1 in favor of the Blues. They are looking to be the winner of this game and go straight to that championship game tomorrow at 6. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch by Sonduk. Chopped back to Sonduk. No, that is back behind the plate. Good optics on that one. Went all the way out to the pitcher's mound and had real backspin on it and went behind the plate. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kretschmar battling Kyle Sonduk, the Pitcher after Chomko goes the first 5 innings. Sonduck comes in here in the top of the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded down and foul. Kretschmar steps out, steps back in. One ball and 2 strikes now on Kretschmar. Here's the 1-2. Did he go? I think he did, and the ball hits the dirt, thrown down to first base by Peyton Lewis for the strikeout. So 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and that brings up Nick Costello, who is struck out and flied to center on a fine running catch out there by Bradshaw. That was back in the 4th. Out of UC San Diego, the left-hand hitting left fielder comes up here. 0 for 2 on the night. Hit the ball well last time. That was against Chomko. Up here against Sonduck now. First pitch is inside, gets away, and all the way back to the backstop. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on Nick Costello. Umpire, oh my gosh, umpire tried to go pick that ball up, and he has got a hitch in his giddy-up, my friend. I just do not feel good about that in about 12 hours. 1-0 pitch to Costello. Nick waits. Here it is. Right in there for a strike. Tip of the cap to the umpire, of course, for soldiering on, obviously, but still, that's gonna really sting. If he's scheduled tomorrow, I think he should get a replacement, is what I'm saying. 1-1 to Nick Costello. Outside, ball 2. Top of the 6th, the Blues lead this one 4-1. We have 2 outs. Had a Thomas Trinka home run in this inning. Sonduck delivers. Swing and a miss off-speed pitch. 2-2 on Nick Costello. 2 strikeouts and a home run this inning, so feast or famine for Kyle Sonduck. Looking to close it out with Nick Costello here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball swung on a missed ball, gets away, picked up by Lewis. He guns it down to first again. 3 strikeouts and a home run, 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left at the end of 5.5. It's the Blues 4 and the Saints 1.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the 6th, Jake McMurray, then Drew Cowley and Peyton Lewis coming out here as we have ourselves a new pitcher for the San Luis Obispo Blues. It is number 34. That's Jared Hart. Trying to identify the new pitcher. They sprung him on us. The Smarter went the first 5 innings. It was excellent. Now we got to get the Stones Radio Network's binoculars. 34, Jared Hart. There we go. Jared out of Cedar Park, Texas, and Illinois State University in here for the Blues as they lead at 4-1. He'll face Jake McMurray, then Drew Cowley and Peyton Lewis. Now Martyr goes 5 innings. We'll get the line on him in just a second for you, but he was very impressive, giving up just the single run in the 4th inning. He leads ahead 4-1. So McMurray is the first hitter. He flied to right and he popped to first. He is 0 for 2 so far. So they snuck a left-hander out there on us, and we quickly reassembled and got him. And Hart will take the mound and take on McMurray. Jake at 283. Comes out of Oral Roberts University. And he's the first guy to face Jared Hart. We'll get some numbers on Jared Hart here. Number 34, 6 foot 200. From the windup, the left-hander delivers. Grounded out toward third, but foul for strike 1. Jared Hart, this is his 9th appearance. He's had 10 innings, 18 strikeouts, no one-loss record, and a 7.20 ERA. So he comes on in relief of Von Martyr here in the 6th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside for a ball, 1-1 on McMurray, and Drew Cowley to follow. One ball, one strike. The left-hander in the windup and the delivery. Grounded out toward first base, backhand, and now it's off the glove. First baseman, second baseman gets it, throws to first, and Hart is covering. What a play out there defensively by the Blues. It was off the glove of Clarkson, but Kretschmar was right there, picked it off in the air, and on his way to first base was Hart. He got the throw, and that will go 3-4-1, which is a strange one, but that's what it is. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Here comes Drew Cowley, who walked and doubled, so he is 1 for 1 tonight, scored in the 4th inning on the triple by Thomas Castillo. That is the only run so far for the Saints. They thought they had himself a base runner, but a trick play by the Blues retires McMurray. Curveball is in there for a strike, 0-1. Cowley, 4 home runs, 23 driven in. That .358 average to start the night. A little bit better than that now as he's 1 for 1. Here's the 0-1 by Hart. Grounded foul back to the screen. 0-2 on Drew Cowley. From Cal Poly Pomona, 5'10", 185 is Drew Cowley. Left-hander steps in there against the left-hander Hart. 0-2. From the windup, Jared Hart delivers. Hit down the third field line. That is a fair ball, and Cowley is running around first. He'll head to second. He will make it easily as the throw comes into third. It's cut off by the shortstop who falls down, which I can identify with. But Cowley gets his second double in a row. He is down at second base. First hit off Hart. 4th hit of the game for the Saints. And they've got something started with 1 out here, which makes that play by the Saints infield, the Blues infield, even more important as Cowley comes up with that double. And here's Peyton Lewis. He is fly to right and grounded to second. So Cowley down at second base with the double. And here's Lewis. Left-handed hitting catcher against the left-hander Jared Hart. Good lead by Cowley at second base. Outside gets away from the catcher, and down to third goes Cowley on the wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on Peyton Lewis. So a little hole to wiggle through for the Saints here in the bottom of the 6th as they have a runner at third and less than 2 out. And their cleanup hitter, Peyton Lewis, at the plate. Peyton out of Texas State, 6'3", 200 pounds, and catcher Austin Shell goes out to talk to Jared Hart. See if there's any activity in the bullpen. Not yet for the San Luis Obispo Blues. 1 ball and no strikes with Cowley over at third. I'm pretty sure the Blues would sacrifice an out, or that run for an out here in the bottom of the 6th. Might be a little early to do that, but we'll see. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, that's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Peyton Lewis. 1 home run, 23 batted in, a .217 average coming in, and he is 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Line drive right back up the middle, cut off by the shortstop, but it's not going to make a difference as it's going to be a base hit and a run scoring for Cali. Scores on a single by Lewis and an RBI for Peyton, his 24th of the summer, and we'll check and see if Hart is okay. That ball went right back through him. So second hit of the inning, first run, and now here is Josh Cowden, who has flied to center and struck out. Another left-handed hitter for the Saints. They are loaded with him. Another chat at the mound between Austin Shell and Jared Hart. The left-hander out of Cedar Park, Texas, and Illinois State University. Has a runner at first, now a 4-2 score. Leading at first base is Lewis. The pitch that comes to the plate. Hit to left field. Coming in and making the catch is Nick Costello. So a big out right there as a line drive to left field is handled by Costello. 2 outs, and here comes Thomas Castillo, who last time he was up hit a RBI triple down the right field line. So a circus play to retire McMurray, then a double by Cowley. He goes to third on the wild pitch, a single by Peyton Lewis to drive him in. A line drive by Cowden, but it gets right at Nick Costello and left. And here is Thomas Castillo, who was grounded to short and then lined that triple down the right field line. Hart comes set, big lead over at first base, and he goes over to first base with the, I don't think that's his A move, but he goes over there to force Lewis to get back, and Peyton does that. Bottom of the 6th, 4-2 in favor of the Blues. They picked up one in the top, and the Saints answer with one here in the bottom. Hart looks over at first. Here's the pitch to the plate. Pop back to the screen. 0-1 on Castillo. Thomas out of Long Beach State. Looks down at his third base coach. Steps back in there. Peyton Hart, the second pitcher for the Blues. Von Marder went the first 5 innings. Comes to the plate. Steele hits it high in the air in right field. It's going to be foul ball. Going over there is Trinka. He's still going. Did he reach up and get it? No, he did not. So he tried to get it in that very treacherous area known as the bullpen. I mean, some people talk about the jungle and the desert. We call it the bullpen for outfielders as they run across the level ground and then hit that bullpen. He could not make the play. So 0-2 now on Thomas Castillo. Thomas, as we said last time, came in at 389, so he's no slouch. And he is 1 for 2 with the triple today. Just his 11th game of the season for the Arroyo Seco Saints, who play again, remind you, out of Pasadena, California. Again, a big lead at first by Peyton Lewis. 0-2 on the hitter. Hart looks over, and he takes another half step. Here's the pitch. Hit out of play to the right side again by Thomas Castillo. Castillo looks down at third to see if anything is going on with the runner over at first base. Lewis, as we said, has gotten a really good lead just about every time here. He's trying to push it out a little bit further now. Maybe trying to get into scoring position. Hart looks over. He's got almost 2 feet on the grass. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He got him on strikes. So 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left at the end of 6. It's the Blues 4 and the Saints 2.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the order for the Blues here in the top of the 7th. It'll be Ryan Cermak and Ruben Mercado, and then Mason Grotto against Kyle Sonduck, who came on in the 6th inning to relieve John Chomko. Went the first 5, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, and struck out 8. Cermak is 0 for 3 so far, and like him, in a .336 hitter. 6 home runs and 35 batted in for Ryan out of Illinois State and Riverside, Illinois. Ball goes down to second base, and we're ready to start the top of the 7th. Cermak, Mercado, and Grotto. Grotto has a couple of hits in the number 3 spot for the Blues today. Sonduck against Ryan Cermak. Kyle Sonduck out of University of Texas of San Antonio, the same place as John Chomko. And that one is grounded foul over by the dugout. And we go 0-1 on Ryan Cermak. As the umpire, now tell me he didn't get hit again, because he is limping again, and is a different limp than his hamstring limp. Well, if he's still rubbing the hamstring, that thing is purple already. I'm telling you right now. I've had a few problems in that area myself. Yeah, there you go. He's going to have to get his hamstring taken out. I mean, that's what happened to me. 0-1. We don't mean to make light of it, because we really admire he's sticking on the job to make it a well-officiated game. If it's just 2 umpires, it's a lot more difficult, man. We've seen it many times over the years. Here's the 0-1. Hit down toward third, and it's a foul ball as it goes off the hitter. Just as long as it doesn't go off the umpire. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking out for that guy now. All of a sudden, he's my buddy. Old people with creaky joints, all of a sudden I start to identify with them. And it's not even all of a sudden. It's been for a while. 0-2 on Cermak. Mercado to follow. Sondley down there as Cermak put a good stick on it, but it is a line drive out to third base for the first out. Ruben Mercado will be the hitter. He has reached on an error, singled, and struck out. So 1 for 3 for Ruben today out of Pleasanton, California, and San Jose State. Stepping in here at 2:45 as the night began. He is 1 for 3 today. Here's Sonduck's first pitch, swung on and fouled down the first baseline over by the dugout of the Arroyo Seco Saints, the number 2 seed in this tournament. The Blues are number 4, both from the Southern Division. The Northern Division number 1, Healdsburg, is waiting tomorrow for the loser of this game in the semifinal. The winner of this game goes straight to that championship game at 6 p.m. You can hear that, of course, right here on the Stones Radio Networks. Big hopper to second base, picked up by Cobb out there. Flipped it over to first for the out. Kind of a semi-line drive, 1 hopper by Mercado, so he is thrown out 4-3. 2 outs here in the 7th, then here's Mason Grotto. Singled in the first, fly to left in the 3rd, and doubled in the 5th. So Mason is 2 for 3 today. Third baseman out of Clovis, California, and Fresno State University steps in against Sonduck with 2 outs in the 7th. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch in there for a strike. Sonduck throws in a lot of nice looking pitches. It's just that the one pitch to Trinka ended up over the left field fence. Otherwise, he has been dominant. 0-1 pitch. Grotto takes outside, goes all the way back to the backstop, and then careens around like a pinball. Picked up by the on-deck hitter. That's the catcher, Austin Schell. 1 ball and 1 strike on Grotto. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. 4-2 ball game in favor of San Luis Obispo. But it is not over by any stretch. We've had 2 games today. Both have gone to extra innings. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball's hit, hammered to the right of the shortstop, picked up by Bonning out there, thrown across the diamond. Did he get him at first? He did. What a play by Brandon Bonning at shortstop for the 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3 in the 7th at the end of 6.5. It's the Blues 4 and the Saints 2.
Who's the best in the West? Find out August 7th through 13th when the 2021 West Coast World Series comes to Lincoln. 16 teams from all over the West will be competing for the title West Coast World Series champs. Games will be played right here at historic McBean Stadium and at the Hard Rock Park in Marysville, California. 4-team double elimination pool play that will determine seeding for the single game elimination. For more information or tickets, please call 916-209-3444 or visit LincolnPotters.com.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, with Leap into Luxury, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Impeccable craftsmanship and performance unite to deliver full kitchen solutions designed for the way you live. Featuring all-new freestanding refrigeration and our masterpiece wall oven with professional handles. Experience the iconic design and performance only Thermador can offer. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Jared Hart out on the mound again for the Blues in the bottom of the seventh. He will face Jack Burden and then Brandon Bonning and Jackson Cobb, 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Saints. They trail it 4-2, but like I said, 2 straight extra inning games and nothing to think we won't get another one right down to the wire here. Burden is singled and lined out to second, so he is 1 for 2. Came in at .252. Guy coming to us out of UC Berkeley at 6'1", left-handed hitting left-handed DH. He's played outfield in previous games, but he is the DH tonight. Left-hander against the left-hander, Jared Hart. Giving up a run in the 6th. Hart gave up 2 hits and a run in the 6th. After Moderer went the first 5 and gave up just 3 hits and 1 run. Here's the first pitch on the way. Squares to bunt, bunts it right out in front of the plate. Picked up by Austin Schell, the catcher. Guns it down to first. That is a fine play by Austin Schell, who was on that. The bunt was put out in front of the plate, had a little backspin on it, which was advantageous for Schell as he picked it up and threw it down to first for the first out. So good idea, but good play by Schell. And here's Brandon Bonning, who made his own good play to end the top of the 7th to retire Mason Grotto. Bonning hit one deep to center and was robbed by Ryan Cermak back in the 2nd. Then he struck out looking in the 5th, so he is 0 for 2. Came in tonight at .288. Out of Cal State Northridge against Jared Hart, the left-hander from Illinois State University. First pitch on the way. Hit right, line drive to right field. Is going to stay up? It does stay up. And Trinka gets it for the 2nd out. So 2 quick outs for Hart here on a bunt and a well-struck line drive. 2-way, and here is Jackson Cobb, who was flying to left and struck out from the number 9 hole at .339 on the season. Cobb coming to us out of Texas Tech here with 2 outs. Trying to get something started for the top of the order, and Connor Bradshaw, who is on deck. Here's Hart's first pitch. Cobb swings and hits it sharply to left to shortstop. Picked up by the shortstop out there over to first base. For the out, that's Ruben Mercado. So 6-3, a very quick inning for Jared Hart. 1-2-3 at the end of 7. It's the Blues 4 and the Saints 2.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. A proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Quick Sticks is the fun way to improve your sports performance. Get more hits, improve your fielding and hitting, and make fewer errors. For fun alone or with a friend, indoors or out, it's Quick Sticks. Over 17 progressive tricks to master. Improve your reaction times, anticipation, and awareness. You will literally flip over your Quick Sticks. Order today at quicksticks.com. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Looking for something fun to do in Placer County? Or maybe something fun for the whole family when the Potters aren't playing? Well, go check out placertourism.com or call 916-773-5400 and find out how Placer County is having fun.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Kyle Sonduck in for his third inning in relief of John Chomko, and we'll go with Austin Schell, T.J. Clarkson, and Vince Martinez. 4, 5, and 6 for the Blues as they attempt to expand on a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Cannot overstress the emphasis on this game as the winner goes straight to the championship. The championship game is just one game. It's not an if game and then the final game. It's one game. So if you get to the championship game, that's it. That's where you want to get. And they can get there by winning this game and saving all their pitchers for tomorrow's 12 o'clock affair with the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Prune Packers walking off Conejo Oaks in today's second game after Conejo Oaks beat Lincoln with a home run in the 10th inning. Next pitch is down low for a ball, so it's 1-0 to Austin Schell, who struck out 3 times tonight. One ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Watches it outside for a ball, 2-0. So Schell 2-0 leading off the top of the 8th. Austin from Irvine, California, and Cal State Fullerton. A lot of his fellow Titans playing in this tournament this weekend, or this week. I guess it's not the weekend, is it? Oh, gosh. I don't know. 2-0 pitch. Schell hits it sharply right of shortstop into left field for a base hit. So Schell finally breaks through with a single to left, and he is 1 for 4. That one has to feel pretty good, and here is T.J. Clarkson. Looks like the 9th hit of the game for the Blues, who, as we mentioned earlier, have scored in double digits in both their games yesterday. They are a long way from that right now, 4-2. And here's T.J. Clarkson, who has struck out, doubled, and grounded back to the pitcher. So he is 1 for 3. Schell leading off at first. Here's Sonduck's pitch. Swing and a miss. Goes all the way back to the backstop, though, off the glove of the catcher, Peyton Lewis. He has to chase it down by the other on-deck circle. And going down to second base is Schell. So gets himself in scoring position. Every run is important in this game. Oh and 1. Clarkson now has a runner in scoring position. Nobody out here. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd sacrificed him over to third base. Clarkson, though, one of the top hitters, and 21 runs batted in a 300 average, but Martinez on deck, getting him over to third with 1 out, might be worth it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Clarkson waits, bat held high. And going behind the runner was Brendan Bonning, but he did not have a play, so the pitcher stepped off the mound. Sonduck stepped off so he wouldn't leave his shortstop out of position there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Sonduck comes set, looks back at second again. Shortstop backs off. Here's the 1-1. Hit sharply down the first base line, but it is foul. Jake McMurray goes up and gloves it, throws it back to the pitcher, and we're ready to go 1 and 2 as Austin Schell was already around third, ready to score on that one. T.J. Clarkson out of the University of Utah, 1 for 3 so far tonight, a 300 hitter on the season, 4 home runs and 21 batted in. Had 2 of those home runs the other night in a single game. Sonduck delivers 1 and 2. Outside for a ball. 2 and 2 on T.J. Clarkson. Didn't talk about that, but the Blues are pretty good in this stadium. They beat the Potters 3 times a couple of months ago. It seems like centuries ago, but it was just at the beginning of the season, so I don't think they've lost a game in this place yet. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 3. Good block by Peyton Lewis, keeping Schell from going down to third. So it's 3 and 2 on Clarkson. John Chomko went the first 5 innings. Sonduck has gone the last 2, and he is out here in the 8th inning as well. Here's the 3-2. Hit well to right field, and I mean really well. Going back, looking up, and forget about it. T.J. Clarkson has done it again. That is a big 2-run home run to make the score 6-2 in favor of the Blues. Shell starts it off with a single, and Clarkson just clubs that one into right field and hits it out of here. So 2 runs on 2 hits for the Blues here in the 8th. They lead at 6-2, and Sonduck, both with impressive ERAs coming in, one 137 and the other 152, and they have given up 6 runs now in 7 innings plus. As Martinez comes to the plate, he has popped out to second, he's struck out, and he is singled. He is 1 for 3. That one is hit toward the second baseman, catches it on the line for the first out. So Jackson Cobb gloves that one, and first down. And Thomas Trinka, who has been very impressive today, had a double taken away from him by Connor Bradshaw in the 2nd. He doubled in a run in the 4th and hit a home run in the 6th. Rashad Ruff is warming up in the bullpen for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Here's the pitch to Trinka. Thomas takes a strike. Remember, these teams the team that's losing now, right now, this Arroyo Seco Saints, who by no means have lost this game, but if you're thinking about it, and if they're thinking about playing that extra game, they may want to conserve their pitching strengths. Don't know how many pitchers each team is carrying. Swing and a miss by Thomas Trinka. So it's something you got to consider, because you play it just like you're going to play. If you do lose, you're going to play 2 more games, not just 1. So you've got to look at your pitching core and see what you can do. 0-2, here's the pitch. Did he go? No, he did not, and it gets away from the catcher. No matter, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a big 2-run home run by T.J. Clarkson here in the 8th makes it 6-2. Gives the Blues a little bit of breathing room, but not that much, really. They are still gripping, I'll guarantee you that. 1 out and 2 in, and Trinka waits for the 1-2 from Sonduck. Fastball inside, almost got the corner, but didn't. Almost hit Trinka, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Thomas. A big night with a home run and a double, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. Thomas out of Centreville, Virginia, and George Mason University. Came in at 185. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes that time for the 2nd out. 2 down, and here comes Austin Kretschmar. Struck out twice and singled. A lot of strikes, a lot of hits for the, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of hits for the Blues. Chomko struck out 8 in his 5 innings, and 4 so far for Sonduck. Makes 12 in 7 2/3, but they also have themselves 6 runs and a couple of home runs. So Kretschmar waits. Here's the pitch. Hit high up in the air to center field. Bradshaw looks like he's got a beat on it. Reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So a big inning for the Blues. 2 runs on 2 hits. The T.J. Clarkson home run at the end of 7.5. It is the Blues 6 and the Saints 2.
Looking for something fun to do in Placer County? Or maybe something fun for the whole family when the Potters aren't playing? Well, go check out placertourism.com or call 916-773-5400 and find out how Placer County is having fun.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Who's the best in the West? Find out August 7th through 13th when the 2021 West Coast World Series comes to Lincoln. 16 teams from all over the West will be competing for the title West Coast World Series champs. Games will be played right here at historic McBean Stadium and at the Hard Rock Park in Marysville, California. 4-team double elimination pool play that will determine seeding for the single game elimination. For more information or tickets, please call 916-209-3444 or visit LincolnPotters.com. Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. Proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Back to the booth in the bottom of the 8th, and you got the entire booth. Stones McCoy, it's time for one of our roundtable discussions as we have a meeting on the third baseline. We believe the umpire is checking the hat and glove of Jared Hart. That is what we're surmising. Do you have any other summation than that?
Not other than the fact that I've heard that these two teams have had this particular issue between them already this year. So they have looked at it, and
we have a team that's coming in off the field right now.
I think we have breaking news.
I don't know if we have breaking news, but we have a team coming off the field. That is the Blues. They are supposed to be out there for the bottom of the 8th, as the Saints are supposed to be hitting in the bottom of the 8th, but right now there is nobody on the field. Now they're having a meeting in the third base coaching box, so I don't know exactly what's going on over there.
That's game. Umpire just left the stadium.
The umpire. Now wait a minute. Maybe that umpire just got a bad leg, and they're going to go ahead and change the umpiring crew. I believe that is something that could happen. He might be injured and have to leave, and they might have to reconfigure the crew. So let's don't say the game is over, because I think he might be over.
As long as
I just want to temper you here, because this is your big moment
you're
right
now.
Now.
No, you do want to temper that. Once the officials generally walk off the field, that's
right.
That's
But
however,
thing,
you're right.
He's not walking off the field.
You're right. I'm looking around, and I'm actually not noticing the other two umpires out here at all.
Yeah, because they're probably going in and getting resuited up, or at least one of them is. Yeah,
that's what I think you might hit that. I think you might have hit that on the head
I think the umpire finally went over, and what we thought was the umpire checking the pitcher, Jared Hart, was actually the umpire going, I think I'm done, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he lasted with whatever it is that hamstring is? 5 innings, 6 innings?
I am shocked.
It's been amazing.
I'm shocked because he'd lasted up to this point.
So
I thought he was good to go.
It's got to be bad. So, I mean, if we had a lot of interns like everybody else does, we would send them down to find out what's going on.
But we do not tonight.
But we are just, and what we do is we do a round table, and we figure out. And we have had several things this week. I almost said this weekend again. This week not even this week, for 2 days.
Yeah.
We have had several roundtable discussions, including new rules and injuries and all kinds, checking your glove and your hat.
Correct. Well,
we've had all kinds of stuff.
And that's what was brought up again pregame. It was relayed to us that these two teams have had some issues. They don't necessarily like each other, and that's fine. Hey, this is baseball.
And they're also rivals down in the Southern
Division.
Division.
I was just going to say they're rivals in the South, but I
guess
what? There's a point in time where one of the two teams that started checking the other guy, and it's gone back and forth.
Yeah.
So that's what the initial looked like when they walked over to do that.
Except the only thing is that when the players came off the field, it wasn't an angry come off the field. It was I'm getting it come off the field. So that's what that's what we think is happening, because nobody's going anywhere.
No.
But and from the first base dugout, the Saints are getting ready to hit, and they're still over there swinging bats.
Yes,
and stuff.
they are.
So I think we're going to have an umpire reconfiguration.
Totally threw me off when I saw the guys over here in this huddle. They started high-fiving each other.
Well,
and when you start walking over the field and you're high-fiving each other, I mean, those are indications.
I know, but it's the bottom of the 8th. We're going to call you off the field in the bottom to go, you won the game? What is going to happen?
That's why I said I have no idea what's going on. And but I think we have determined.
I think we figured it out.
That they're going to go to a 2-man crew for the remainder of this game.
They're going to have to.
And maybe, he lasted as long as he could. Maybe he did that. He just said, look, I've given you everything I got.
That's what I think. That's what I think happened. He called him there and he said, let's make it look like I'm checking your glove, but really I can't walk anymore. I got to go. And
I want you guys to help me out.
He came out and it drove you crazy when he came out. Oh, boy, he came out. But I think he just came out to go, I got to go home.
Yeah.
I got to wrap this hamstring up or whatever it happens to be that he hurt.
Just the most
and again,
bizarre thing I've seen.
He did that earlier in the game by springing out from behind home plate, right?
Yeah. He was jumping up to make a call at something that happened into right field.
Yeah,
so
it was Castillo's triple down the right field line.
Correct. So his obligation now is he's got to take first or check first because the first base umpire has now turned around and turned his back to the field. So that jump up, you saw him jump up and immediately reach down for the knee hamstring area.
Behind that, yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the fourth inning. So he is
fourth inning, correct.
Finished out the fourth inning, went 5th, 6th, and 7th, and the top of the 8th, and now he's finally gone, uncle, bro.
I think that's why it shocks me more than anything is because he went 4 more innings and said,
The fact
that
fact that he can't make it just shows how much pain he was in for those innings, because he's stubborn as hell, and he had to leave 2 innings ago.
Yeah, I know he's just like you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would have said in the 6th inning, I can make it a little further if they just hurry up. He wanted to go to that continental rule where there was 1 out already in the inning, and he said, I can make it if we do that.
Can we go to that right now?
Well, the one thing I don't understand, I guess he is now, Jared Hart is loosening up here. I was wondering why he wasn't throwing, but he is loosening up on the side.
Yeah, and I was looking out of the bullpen because I saw all of a sudden a guy ran down there into the bullpen, so I didn't know. Maybe they were thinking about a pitching change there. But no, looks like we still got.
Let's be honest. We had that situation earlier today when we had the game between Healdsburg and
then the
Caneo Oaks, and they called that game for a while as they were arguing about the international rule and what it meant. And the poor pitcher, Tobias Plotkin, was out there, and remember, he had to stand out there for like 10 or 15 minutes. He came in when play resumed. He got the first guy, and the next guy hit a home run and won the ball game. And you felt bad for the guy because he was just standing out there waiting. And that was one of those arguments that there's no end in sight. Now, in this one, they're going, okay, we're going to go get refitted. We are assuming we're going to go get changed, and it'll be 10 minutes, and we'll be back out or something like that. And that one, they're like, I don't know the rule. Do you know the rule? And they're calling up their mom and stuff and trying
to bring in the
Remember when I was 17, I had that rule book? Did you ever find it in my room?
You still have that?
Yeah, because that had the international continental rules in it.
It's just a very interesting look. When you look out onto the field, you look down to the left, you see the Blues and the entire team. They're still amped. I mean, they're up 4 runs right now.
It's a huge game, man,
Absolutely.
as we said.
But their entire team is out on the field. They're all kind of staying warm and loose. Pitchers throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You look over to the Saints, and the hitters that are coming up, they got bats in their hand.
They're ready to go.
Just swinging.
Now, I don't know the pitching situation for the Blues. I have no idea. But for me, I would really think about bringing in a new pitcher right now. Because once this guy, and I know he's loosening up, but once he stops and you stop down the game for what looks like it's going to be 15 minutes, that's a tough thing to go back out and do it. Not to say he can't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I have the luxury of another pitcher, I might think about going to him right now.
Well, and you're talking about, recency bias there. We just saw this happen to
course,
another guy.
Of course.
So, those I could totally understand where you're coming from. I'll tell you right now, though, he's been dealing.
He gave up a run in the 6th, but he pitched very well in the 7th. Some good defense,
very well in the
good
7th.
defensive plays. But I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good pitcher or anything like that. I'm just thinking about situations,
absolutely,
and how tough it is as a pitcher to not pitch for a while and then go back out and throw.
Well, that's why as a manager you do during this period of time run somebody down to the bullpen, get them
there
going,
you go.
And at the first sign of trouble, you've got somebody ready
there you go.
in the bullpen,
I like
raring
that.
to go.
I like that.
Just a bizarre set of games that we've had here on Stones Radio Networks.
We had a three-run disputed home run in 10 innings, and when they employed a rule that I'd never heard of to actually deal with the extra innings, and then we had a walk-off in the second game in 10 innings.
Yes.
And now we have a really hotly contested game between two Southern rivals, and it goes to the bottom of the 8th. We have a big home run to make it 6-2, and all of a sudden, what looks like a continuation of a scandal of sticky stuff or something. We're surmising. I've got sticky stuff going. You've got everybody losing the game and going home. I think that was wishful thinking. And then all of a sudden I watch the guy hobble out and you go, well, the umpire's leaving when the game's over. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That umpire ain't running away.
Yeah,
He could barely move.
Like I said, once I made that second scan of the field and noticed that, you know what? The other 2 umpires are currely, they're not even on the field.
Incommunicado, brah.
One of them is getting ready to assume the duties behind the dish.
Are they flipping a coin?
Probably.
Dude, you want to do it? No,
probably.
I don't want to do it. No. Wait a minute.
Know.
Does the home plate guy get more? No.
I don't know. Well,
let's discuss this.
Technically, yes, they do. I don't know at this level if there's a huge difference there, but yes, the home plate umpires do get paid more per game.
I know one of the delights of the tournament is you watching my phone as my wife calls me and tries to find out when I'm coming home.
I love it.
And she always likes to say, when's your ETA? And I say, it's the 7th inning. Well, she just sent me the when's your ETA.
Yep.
And I don't know what to send her. Well, we're waiting for the guy because the umpire pulled his hamstring, and the other guys we think are going to talk to each other and figure out who's going to umpire, and then they're going to come back, and it's the 8th inning, but the home team is losing, so we're going to bat in the 9th, and so maybe there's going to be international rules, and I don't know.
Mrs. Phantom, I don't know. I don't know when I could send him home, but
somebody drop her a line
and send him home soon.
Somebody try to explain to her, give her a call, a text or something, try to explain what's going on.
Anything.
She keeps sending me pictures of Lola, who's sitting there very disconsolate because I'm not home.
Well, most of the people listening right now don't know who Lola is. I mean, Lola is.
That's true. Lola's
your child.
Well, in a sense, of
a
course.
A hairy child, but
yes,
a child nonetheless.
Very hairy child. And she's aged a lot in the last 10 years. She's aged, some say 70 years.
But she just had a birthday, too.
She did. She turned 10, and it was fantastic.
She's a wonderful
little
incredible.
Dog. Incredible.
I love that little girl.
She actually likes you.
I know. She like a lot of people, does she?
They say one of the things that I've always heard said is you can't fool dogs. If dogs like somebody, they're a good person.
Oh, okay.
And the exception proves the rule. And that's what I always say about you.
Love you, buddy.
That is fantastic.
Absolutely.
And now the players are either stretching out or playing hacky sack, and the pastime has gone down the drain.
The hacky sack will commence here shortly.
No, not
yes,
the hacky sack.
No,
please,
absolutely.
no hacky sack. Come on.
One of the things us baseball players like to do in between games is hacky sack and throw the football. So
no,
you're either going to see the hacky sack or the football come out soon.
So that's what they ask me when they say, "What's the difference between baseball and softball?" And I say, "Well, between games, softball players like to drink beer and eat pizza. Baseball players like to play hacky sack.
You betcha.
And play video games." There you go. So just waiting for the new umpires to emerge, we assume. Now, the idea that they're trying to get a hold of a third one or that there was a third one on site is remote at best.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a two-person crew, and that is a problem. That's what we get for non-league games here, and they do a fine job. It's just that they can't cover all the angles that you're used to having covered, like the check swings and things like that.
Absolutely.
Because of the positioning of what they have to do. So that is just a tough pill to swallow.
And as we found, even with the 3-umpire crew, it's a tough job when you have runners on base and you're asking for check swings and you're doing things like that. It's just a tough gig. So take one of those guys out of there. I mean, it's just that much tougher for everybody.
Absolutely, as we are right, and we're losing fans by the bucketful here.
At least the lights haven't gone out.
No, that's true. That's a good point by you.
And
actually, I see we're losing fans, but I just look around, every fan's on a device, and so they have no idea the game's not even going on. They just think they're still playing, and they're just watching, playing Candy Crush. Is that a game, Candy Crush?
I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
I don't think it's the one the kids play.
The Saints have somebody up in the bullpen. At this point in time, I can't tell you who it is because he's got a sweatshirt on, but they do have somebody up.
I would have a sweatshirt on, too, if I was warming up today.
Well, it is.
I really would.
It's a nice 75 degrees here in Lincoln, California tonight.
Yeah, I looked at my phone this morning. It said it was only going to get up to 90, and I just traded in for a new phone because I thought that's gone on.
It's got to be broken.
Then I went outside to take the aforementioned Lola for a walk, and the wind was blowing, almost picked her up.
You know what? Today all around was a beautiful day for baseball.
It really was.
Really good temperatures, a nice slight breeze. The breeze was blowing out, but you mentioned this earlier. We didn't see the balls flying out like we did the day before.
Not like yesterday. We've seen some. Clarkson, really hit his. Haven't seen as many to right field in the last couple of days, but he really hit his, and a couple were hit out to left field too. But not as many as yesterday when we had 3 guys in one game hit 2 home runs apiece.
Yeah.
Now the revamped umpiring crew comes out, and they're both walking very well, so obviously our guy is not in it anymore.
I think you're right.
Jordan went down to interview him for the pay. Hey, can I get a couple of words from you before you leave?
Ow, my hamstring hurts.
How's the leg, bro? It's painful, brah. And Peyton Hart goes back out to the mound. We are about to commence the bottom of the 8th, and we salute both umpires for taking on the extra duties, and we also salute the absent Hopalong Cassidy, who did a fantastic job, really soldiering it through for like almost 4 innings with what had to be an ever-stiffening hamstring or whatever it was that he had pulled, because it doesn't get that much worse.
No, if you pull a hammy and then you have to get into the squat for a bunch more innings, I mean, I can't even imagine what that was feeling like.
I cannot imagine it. But
actually, I can't.
The fact that he had to say "uncle," after 4 innings shows you how bad it was.
Yeah.
Because the guy wanted to be able to tell that story.
So
I pulled my hamstring in the 4th and made it through the 9th, no problem. Yeah, piece of cake.
Somebody get that guy some ice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, get him a bucket of ice. Well, he's got to get home.
He does.
I'm sure he has a lovely wife like I do that's just waiting for me.
What is your ETA?
What's your ETA? How do I explain it? I don't know. 3 hours? I don't know.
No, you don't explain that one, because that one is I'm getting undressed, giving my clothes to somebody else.
No, I'm not.
I don't think you can say – no, the umpire. You can't say that to his wife.
No, you can't say that to his wife. Yeah,
Big
that's
trouble,
terrible.
buddy.
That is terrible.
All right, I'm going to turn this back over to you. I'm done.
Okay, you are. Hart warming up, and I think it's one of the situations almost you give him as many pitches as he wants, almost when there's an injury, since there actually was an injury. And, again, if somebody can call my wife and tell her about what happened to the umpire, I would be helpful. I can't really explain that. I have to wait and see if Hart finishes his warm-up tosses. Connor Bradshaw, it's the top of the order for the Saints in the bottom of the 8th. They are trailing at 6-2. A long time ago, T.J. Clarkson hit a 2-run home run and gave the Blues the 4-run cushion. And so we have a reconfigured umpires. And I don't like to be judgmental, but I don't know which umpire came from which place. I'm sorry. I'm just not that attuned to umpires. Do you take the first base guy and leave him at first and then pivot the third base guy into the home plate? Was that the way you do it? That's what I would do.
I do believe you as the first base. So, yeah.
Yep, that's what I would do. Yeah, okay, well done. So now we are, not only are we the round table for the rules and everything, we are now the umpire assigners, which is a pretty cool job, being the middle guy for umpires, represent umpires, and, parcel them out, tell them where their assignments are. I could do that. Now the home plate umpire, the new home plate umpire says, I need some baseballs. I was the third place umpire. I didn't need baseballs then. Come on. Now let's see if the delay affected either Hart or the hitters for the Saints. As Connor Bradshaw steps in, he's grounded to second twice and struck out, so he is 0 for 3 tonight. Jared Hart, the second pitcher for the Blues, delivers. Breaking ball is outside for a ball. I would get into a big discussion if we were on a talk show about the different strike zone with a different umpire, but I don't think we need to bother with that. We're just going to watch the game. That sounds good. 1-0. 1-0 pitch to Bradshaw. Hit well down the left field line, but out of play. So it's 1-1 on Connor Bradshaw. No, it was far enough foul that you can call it fair. That's the legacy of Lincoln, and that was today that happened. It seemed like it was 3 weeks ago. It happened today. It happened 12 hours ago, or probably about 9.5 hours ago. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Bradshaw. Hits that one out of play again. You can't do it twice on the same batter. That's a rule, so you have to hold on to that one for the next guy. Now, Jordan could have done it because he didn't do it on the last one. But I'm worried about him. Last time I saw him, he just stares blankly at the wall now. He just I don't know what he's doing over there. I mean, usually he does that anyway, but 1-2 pitch to Bradshaw. Breaking ball's hit out to left field, hit pretty well. Costello's going back, and he's got it. A couple of feet in front of the fence for the first out here in the 8th. That brings up Jake McMurray, who has flied to right, popped to first, and grounded out off the first baseman's glove to the second baseman, who threw it to the pitcher and got McMurray at first, which was a huge play because Cali then came up with a double. Lewis singled, so that would have been an extra run probably for the Saints. Saved by the defense. One out in here is McMurray against Peyton Hart. Von Marder went the first 5 innings, gave up 3 hits and just 1 run. Hart came in the 6th and has lasted through the 6th and the 7th. The pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Hart going into the windup. Left-hander from Illinois State University. Deals with the 1-0 pitch. It is high for a ball, fastball. Good pop in the glove, but not good direction. 2-0 on McMurray. Saints are just looking for base runners any way they can get them. Down 4 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. Two-0. One popped up out of play. So 2 balls, 1 strike to McMurray. Out of Oral Roberts University. Right-handed hitter. Playing at first base today for the Arroyo Seco Saints, the number 2 seed in the CCL State Playoff Championship Tournament. Put all the words in there. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3, scoots out of the way, so it is 3-1 to Jake McMurray. Drew Cowley, who's got a couple of doubles and a walk, is on deck. So he is on today with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. So this is an important hitter for Peyton Hart. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball is in there. Nice looking breaking ball. Thrown on a 3-1, showing some confidence in it, getting the call. 3-2 on McMurray. 283 coming in for Jake. No home runs, but 17 batted in. Hitting in the number 2 spot tonight for Arroyo Seco. Here's the 3-2 by Hart. Breaking ball is swung on and fouled back to the screen. That one was breaking in on McMurray, but he had already swung at it, so he's gonna take a moment to walk around. A lot of people getting hit in different places in this game. Catchers, batters, umpires. Crazy. A crazy day of baseball. Only at the CCL State Championship Playoff Tournament. Right here at McBean Stadium in Lincoln on Stones Radio Networks. All right. 3-2. Hart looking in, finally gets the sign. He's ready with it. Here's the pitch. Fouled back against the screen again by McMurray, so he stays alive at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Costello in left, Ryan Cermak in center, Thomas Trinka over in right. Grotto at third, Ruben Mercado at short, Kretzmar at second, Clarkson over at first. Behind the dish is Austin Schell, and on the mound right now is Peyton Hart. Jared Hart. Peyton Hart's a cool, not-sounding name, though. 3-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Oh, call strike 3. Oh, man. That one looked clearly inside and low, but he's rung up by the umpire for the second out. I'm not taking sides here, but I don't like injustice, and that looked like a bad pitch. You can say that even if the umpire is, trying to cover. I know that. I understand that. I want to be consistent, but still. Here's Drew Kelly. 2 outs in the 8th. Jared Hart winds and throws. Callie takes down in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-0 on Drew. Cal Poly Pomona for Drew Callie. 5'10", 185. He walked back in the first, then doubled and scored in the fourth, doubled and scored again in the sixth. So 2 for 2, came in at 358, the 1-0 pitch. It is down low for a ball, 2-0. One thing that Hart doesn't want to do is put runners on base with a 4-run lead and 2 outs here in the 8th. Not that he's trying to, but that's what his manager's over there biting the fingernails. Jared Hart from Cedar Park, Texas. In here, in relief, here's the pitch. Hit into left field for a base hit. So Callie is red hot, 3 for 3. Only the 6th hit for the Saints today. And Callie has 3 of them. And that leaves the way for Peyton Lewis, who has a base hit of his own and an RBI base hit at that. He has flied to right in the first, grounded to second in the fourth, and singled up the middle in the 6th and drove in Callie. He's up here now with 2 outs and a runner at first base, and that is Cowley. And his team trailing 6-2. Here's Hart's pitch. Outside, nice stop by Schell. He's keeping it from going back to the backstop, so it's 1-0 on Peyton Lewis with Josh Cowden on deck. Cowley over at first base. 3-4-3. On base all 4 times. Now Schell's going to go out and talk to Jared Hart. No activity as far as we can ascertain in the bullpen for the Blues. They had Mater go the first 5, and Hart is working. He has gone the next 2 2/3. 3 hits allowed, 1 run allowed. He has struck out 2 in that time. He's had some pretty good defense behind him. And now it is 1-0 on Peyton Lewis. Peyton's RBI, he drove in the 6th, was his 24th of the summer. He's up here for the chance to get a couple more. Hart's 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. 1-1 on Peyton Lewis. Lewis out of Texas State. Left-hander, wide open stance against the left-hander, Jared Hart. Looks over at first base for the 1-1. Here it is. Breaking ball again. That's fouled back to the screen by Lewis. Hung in there and couldn't get it. So it's 1-2 on Lewis. Zach McCleve warming up for the Blues now. Number 30 out of Salt Lake City, Utah. I think we saw Zach yesterday. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 8th. Cowley at first not taking a very big lead at all. The 1-2 pitch popped up foul out of play. So Lewis staying alive up at the plate. trying to keep his team's hope alive here in the 8th inning, trailing 6-2. A loss sends the Saints into the game tomorrow at noon against Healdsburg, while that win would put the Blues in the championship title game at 6 o'clock and extend their streak of never having lost at McBean Stadium, which would reach 6, I guess. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Nice stop by Shell. 2-2 on Lewis. Peyton was very eager to protect the plate, but that one wasn't close enough to go after. Hart looks in, looks at first base. Again, Cali with a very short lead. 2-2 coming by Hart. Here it is. Fastball inside, ball 3. 3-2, so in danger of putting 2 runners on base for Josh Cowden with a walk here. 3-2 on Peyton Lewis. 2:17 coming in. He's 1 for 3. Fly out, a ground out, and an RBI single. Wide open stance from the left side. Defense is pretty much straight away and medium deep. 3-2 pitch on the way. Did he go? I don't think he did. There's nobody to appeal to, so he has taken the base on balls. Breaking ball, he did not go. Moves Cali down to second base and now brings up Josh Cowden, who has flied to center, struck out, and lined out to left field. So hit the ball solidly 2 out of 3 times. He's got 19 runs batted in this summer, 3 home runs, so he's got the home run potential. And we're having a meeting at the mound. Step away just a second as they talk it over for the Blues in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, and it is the Blues 6 and the Saints 2.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 8th for the Saints. They trail at 6-2. They've got Josh Cowden coming up to the plate. He will face Jared Hart, who's still in there for the San Luis Obispo Blues, even though McLeave is warming up in the pen. Left-hander against left-hander might have something to do with the thinking there, as the Saints lineup is full of left-handers. Here's Hart's pitch. It is outside for a ball. Check swing, and it was just a little bit outside. 1-0. Cowden 286 for the summer. Entering the game tonight, he is 0 for 3, as we mentioned. Here's the 1-0 pitch by Jared Hart. Fastball is in there for a strike. 1-1 on Josh Cowden. Josh out of Brigham Young University, stands at 6'2". Hits from the left side. Throws from the right side. Playing out in right field tonight for Arroyo Seco. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball looked good. It was in there for a strike. 1-2. So Hart quickly gets ahead of Cowden. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arroyo Seco got the top seed over San Luis Obispo by virtue of a 17-13 against 15-15 league mark. 1-2 pitch coming to Josh Cowden. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So big pitch by Jared Hart right there. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. At the end of 8, it is the Blues 6 and the Saints 2.
Lincoln Potters Baseball brought to you by Stones Radio Networks, the home for all your Potters games, audio, and extras. Also, the POS Show and the Stones and Toy Show. Check them out today. StonesRadioNetworks.com.
Quick Sticks is the fun way to improve your sports performance. Get more hits, improve your fielding and hitting, and make fewer errors. For fun alone or with a friend, indoors or out, it's Quick Sticks. Over 17 progressive tricks to master. Improve your reaction times anticipation, and awareness. You will literally flip over your Quick Sticks. Order today at quicksticks.com. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Sky High Broadband, Lincoln's leading communications provider since 2006. Call them today at 916-644-3300 and get hooked up on the internet today. Proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leap into luxury.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the ninth, the third pitcher of the night for the Saints is Rashad Ruff, a right-handed pitcher out of Coppin State. He comes in. This will be his fifth appearance. He's gone just 6 innings, given up only 1 hit and struck out 9, ERA of 1.50. So the 3 pitchers that they've thrown tonight, Chomko, the starter, 1.37. Sonduk, who came in relief, 1.52. And Ruff, 1.50. The Blues lead this one 6-2. And we'll go at Rashad Ruff with Nick Costello, and then the top of the order, Ryan Cermak and Ruben Mercado. Ruff, a right-handed pitcher out of Coppin State, sporting number 12. 5'11", 160 according to the roster. He's ready to go. Costello, Cermak, and Mercado. Now we're ready to go. Here comes Nick Costello. Struck out twice and flied to center, so he is 0 for 3. Costello steps in out of University of California at San Diego and Dublin High School in the Bay Area. Here's the pitch. It is outside for a ball from Ruff. 1 ball and no strikes to Costello. 6-2, we are in the top of the ninth. The Blues just 3 outs away from going to that championship game tomorrow at 6, right here on the Stones Radio Networks. Costello swings and fouls it down the left field line. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Ruff winds and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply out to second on a hop. Nice play going to his right. And throws back to first that is Jackson Cobb out there. That was a really nice play by Jackson. Went to his right, out into short right field almost, turned and threw it. And Costello, for the second time tonight, is retired on a very good defensive play by the Arroyo Seco Saints. And here is Ryan Cermak, who was lined to the pitcher, struck out, grounded out, and lined to third. So he is 0 for 4. So the Blues have piled up 6 runs on 9 hits. They're 10 hits without Cermak helping out. And Ryan takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1, not like the scoreboard says 1-2. Since if you throw 1 pitch, you can't have 3 up on the scoreboard. I think we have a neophyte over there. That's outside for a ball. My experience is the higher up in the brass you get the guy to work the scoreboard, the worse the scoreboard works, and I think I am borne out on that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cermak out of Riverside, Illinois, 6'2", 210, and Illinois State University, teammate of Jared Hart. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply down to third base, picked up by Cowley across the diamond for the second out, so that was easy enough. 5-3, Cermak is down again, and Ruben Mercado comes to the plate. Ruben reached base in the first on a fly ball to center field that was dropped, and then he singled in the third, struck out in the fifth, grounded to second in the seventh. So 1 for 4 on the night for Ruben Mercado. 2 outs here. Nobody on, and Mercado at the plate. Mason Grotto with a couple of hits is on deck if Ruben can get something going against Rashad Ruff. There's a fastball inside. That thought that might have hit him, but he got out of the way and now walks around for a little bit. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mercado. out of Pleasanton, California, and San Jose State University came in tonight at 245. Here's the 1-1. Chopped foul down the third base line over into the on-deck circle, handled by Mason Grotto, who is a third baseman, can handle that easily. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Rashad Ruff delivers. Swinging a foul. Oh, Nat got this umpire. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. He went straight to the ground. I think it got his Stones. I need medical help. I think maybe his right leg, his left.
So it hit his left leg, but it hit him in the shin guard. And I heard the contact with the shin guard.
I did too, yeah, but he just went straight down.
It doesn't matter if you're wearing a shin guard. Those things, you take a 90-mile-an-hour fastball off the shin guard, it still hurts.
Well, yes, I know. I would assume that. It's not like you're coming up with a revelation there. I would think it hurts anyway.
Well, I thought I was. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks for undercutting that.
That's not Emma that went out to help him out, by the way. That's Kristen, right? Yeah, that's right. And I tell you, being an umpire here is like being a drummer for Spinal Tap. This is not what you want to do here. CCL's calling. They want me to umpire? No. I'm telling them I'm out of town. Tell them I'm going on a commando mission in South America. I'd rather do something that's easier. Thank you. So Mercado is over the guilt of having his foul ball hit the umpire in the leg. So he has managed to bounce back. And the umpire, more importantly, has managed to bounce back as well. Here's Ruff's 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside. A lot of movement on that ball. 2-2 from Rashad Ruff. Mercado, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grotto on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Rashad Ruff. It is outside for a ball. Good job by Mercado falling that one all the way down. They appeal down to first. There is an umpire there, and he says no, he did not swing. So it is 3-2 on Ruben Mercado. Three and two. Ruff from the windup. Winds and throws. It is down, ball 4. So that gives Grotto a chance to come up to the plate. Mason is singled in the first, flied to left in the third, doubled in the 5th, and grounded out to shortstop. Good play by Brandon Bonning in the 7th. So Grotto always around a base hit, 2 for 4. He's hitting .358 coming in. He has 3 home runs this summer and 42 batted in. Somebody gave Stones McCoy a piece of pizza, and he's totally losing it. Just absolutely lost it. Swung and a miss by Grotto. 0-1 on Mason from Clovis, California. I think the Padres Timo Becerra is from Clovis. I wonder if he knows Mason Grotto. Doubtful. They're apart in age. 0-1. Mercado leads at first. The Grotto pitch in is outside for a ball. Ruff really has a lot of velocity on that one. Even in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th. The Blues lead this one 6-2. That is inside for a ball. 2-1. That one tails just a little bit too much for Rashad Ruff. Bottom of the 9th, we'll have Castillo, Burden, and Bonning, the 6, 7, and 8. For the Saints, here's the 2-1. It is hit down third base. Snagged down there by Callie over to first for the out. So the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left at the end of 8.5. It is the Blues 6 and the Saints 2.
Who's the best in the West? Find out August 7th through 13th when the 2021 West Coast World Series comes to Lincoln. 16 teams from all over the West will be competing for the title West Coast World Series champs. Games will be played right here at historic McBean Stadium and at the Hard Rock Park in Marysville, California. 4-team double elimination pool play that will determine seeding for the single game elimination. For more information or tickets, please call 916-209-3444 or visit LincolnPotters.com.
Exceptionally Thermador, irresistibly priced. Introducing intentionally crafted leap into luxury packages. Whether you're a newlywed, designing your first home, or simply looking to remodel. With Leap into Luxury, you can get an entire Thermador suite for just under $10,000. Impeccable craftsmanship and performance unite to deliver full kitchen solutions designed for the way you live. Featuring all new freestanding refrigeration and our masterpiece wall oven with professional handles. Experience the iconic design and performance only Thermador can offer. Design that will move you, a value that will stop you. Discover a new model of affordable luxury at thermador.com/leapintoluxury.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
We move to the bottom of the ninth. The Blues lead this one 6-2. They're sending in Zach McCleve to close this one out out of Salt Lake City, Utah, and University of Utah, the 6'5 junior, wearing number 30. Coming on to face 6, 7, and 8 in the Saints order. That would be Thomas Castillo, Jack Burden, and Brandon Bunning. See if we can get some stats on Zach McCleve. And, of course, we can because that's the one guy. There he is. His 9th appearance, 14 2/3 innings, 13 strikeouts. He is 1-2 in the season with a 3.68 earned run average. Thomas Castillo, first hitter. He's got a triple tonight, a strikeout and a ground out, so he is 1 for 3, has an RBI. That was on that triple back in the 4th. McCleve delivers. First pitch is in there for a strike, a fastball. Jag Burden to follow, and then Brendan Bonning. McCleve looks in to get the sign. That's Austin Shell behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Hit sharply, snagged by McCleve on the way to shortstop. Turns around and guns it to first in the dirt and scooped up over there in a fine play by T.J. Clarkson. As McCleve just let that one go, and Clarkson had to scoop it up. Fine play by T.J. First out is recorded, and here's Jag Burden. Jag 252 coming in tonight. He had a single back in the second, lined out to second in the 4th, and was thrown out on a bunt attempt by Austin Shell. That was back in the 7th inning. So he is 1 for 3. 1 out here in the 9th. McCleve's first pitch is down low for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes on Burden. Jag, a left-handed hitter, 6'1", out of UC Berkeley. Loser of this game plays tomorrow, as we told you, against the Healdsburg Prune Packers for the right to take on the winner of this game in the 6 o'clock championship game. Swing and a miss by Burden, 1-1. University of Utah connection for the Blues. They've got Zach McCleve, they've got Matt Sox, and they've also got T.J. Clarkson. Here's the 1-1. Outside for a ball, 2-1 from the 6'5", Zach McCleve. On to close this one out. Moderer went the first 5, then Jared Hart went the next 3. Gave up 3 hits and 1 run. 1 walk, struck out 3. Moderer just 3 hits and 1 run over the first 5. 2-1 pitch by McCleve is fouled back to the screen. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jag Burden. 13 runs batted in, no home runs for Jag this summer. McCleve working from the stretch. Steps off the rubber and goes back. Takes care of some business and comes back ready to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just trying to get a base runner are the Saints, trying to make a dent here as they have the 4-run deficit, 6-2. McCleve's 2-2 pitch is inside. I think it hit him. It had to hit him if it didn't because it's 2-2. So now he's going to come back because it is not. He did not hit him. Now it's 3-2. Now he's going to tell the umpire it did hit him. The umpire is going to walk all the way down to the other umpire. And now we're going to get a conversation with the manager for Arroyo Seco, the Saints, as I don't think the home plate umpire is convinced that it hit Burden, and in that case, he's not going to go down to first base. That's kind of the way that works. We did say they're trying to get on base any way they can, and if you can get a 3-pitch walk, I suppose that would be a good way to do it. It's a story you tell the grandkids. But this is not the case. He is going to have to get the 4-pitch walk the way everybody else does, or whatever, because he is back at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Six to 2 in favor of the Blues. We are in the bottom of the 9th. There is 1 out and a 3-2 count on Burden. Here's McCleve grounded down the first base, handled by the first baseman. He's going to get it himself. No, he hits McCleve, and McCleve barely gets there in time for the out. That was Clarkson and McCleve, 3-1, but boy, that was close at first base as Burden was really getting down the line. And that leaves it all up to Brandon Bonning, the shortstop, who was flied to center, struck out in line to right. So he's hit the ball well twice. Bonning flied to center, a great play out there by Cermak in the 2nd, and then the line out to right field in the 7th. 2 outs and nobody on base. The Blues 1 out away from meeting everybody at 6 o'clock tomorrow, not having to worry about all those extra pitchers that semifinal game might take. Here's the pitch on the way. Bonning hits a 1-hopper to second. I thought the pitcher was going to get it, and so did the second baseman. When he got in, threw to first in time. Good play by Kretschmar to end the game. It looked like McCleve was going to grab it, let it go, and Kretschmar throws him out. So 1-2-3 in the 9th. Final score, this one, the Blues win it 6-2. They take the Saints out of the winner's bracket, send the Saints into tomorrow's noon game right here on Stones Radio Networks. That is the Healdsburg Prune Packers and Arroyo Seco. That's the 1 seed versus the 2 seed in the semifinal. The winner of that one goes on at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, also on Stones Radio Networks, to see who is the champion of the CCL State Playoff Tournament. Final again, the Blues 6, the Saints 2. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow about noontime for the semifinal game. On behalf of Stones, McCoy, and myself, we'll see you then.